For decades, Al Pacino has been a master of the silver screen, captivating audiences with his complex roles and resolute individualism. But even when he was away from the TV, a single question lingered with him. Why hasn't one of the most famous leading males in Hollywood tied the knot? Finally, at the age of 85, Pacino has given an honest response, and nobody saw it coming. His choice transcends the typical headlines in Hollywood. It makes us reevaluate our long-held beliefs about commitment, love, and the price of fame. What Pacino has to say isn't only intimate. It's also controversial and might alter Hollywood's perception of him. It was in New York City's East Harlem that Alfredo James Pacino came into this world on April 25, 1940. Will eventually become one of Hollywood's most legendary and revered performers. His emotionally intense performances, distinctive voice, and commanding presence have made him famous. While we're in the tub, how about we start this thing rolling? Attention, turn on the lights again. Rising from obscurity in a working-class neighborhood to becoming an international superstar, Pacino owes much of his success to his dedication to acting, his training, and his perseverance. New York City, which he immersed himself in throughout his formative years as an actor, would go on to play an important supporting role in numerous of his parts and remain an integral part of his sense of self. Pacino studied method acting under the illustrious Lee Strasberg at the Actors Studio from 1966 to 1969. Pacino developed the nuance and authenticity that would later characterize his acting at this stage. That doesn't add up, Judge. Turn the case back on. That is the only thing I need. He won the esteemed Obie Award for his performance in the off-Broadway play The Indian, Once the Bronx, among his many stage appearances during this time. During these formative years, I set the stage for a career that would combine intense physical activity with deep psychological understanding. His early cinematic roles showcased that blending. In 1971's The Panic in Needle Park, Pacino made his cinematic debut as a young man navigating New York City as a heroin addict. The part displayed his talent for inhabiting complicated, tormented individuals without passing judgment or resorting to theatrics, and it quickly garnered critical acclaim. Francis Ford Coppola, the film's director, was captivated by Pacino's performance and thought he could give Michael Corleone more nuance and empathy in The Godfather. Despite the initial reluctance from studio executives, that casting decision would prove to be a watershed moment in both Pacino's career and American cinema. Al Pacino's breakthrough performance occurred with the 1972 release of The Godfather. Pacino went from being the shy, reticent son of a mafia patriarch to a brutal, tyrannical boss as Michael Corleone. His subtle performance propelled him to stardom and garnered him his first Oscar nomination. Subtle and introspective, the performance left a lasting impression.